feel about the big bike lane renovations? Do you like it, or do you think it's...
I don't know much about it myself, but I understand that people are not particularly happy with the way it's going, but I don't know why particularly.
Yeah, some people don't really, like it, but so, yeah.
All of the lanes, the center turn lane, the bike lanes, all of the roadway changes came out of these conversations with the community. And what we were hearing is that in the 4-lane section, it was difficult for drivers because of high speeds that they were seeing, the potential for crashes, and it was really difficult to ride a bicycle. And as a pedestrian, people felt that it was difficult to cross 4 lanes of traffic. Even in the areas that wasn't 4 lanes, it's still a wide roadway. The cars felt close and they felt fast. And so we kind of talked through options with the community about how we could remedy some of those concerns, and this was the configuration that we came up with. Adding bike lanes, removing parking to add some buffer space between the bike lane and the cars, and trying out a protected lane in the one section to really give additional protection and separation for the people riding.
And my other concern is around Burlington High School, where the lanes are awfully close together. And when the roads get icy, I'm concerned there might be accidents right around that bend.
It gives us some of the road, so that way we don't have to take up their lane, so we have our own. So it just makes it so we don't get, like, I don't know, hit or something.
Too much traffic backed up, and I think it's a hazard when you have emergency vehicles coming through, like a fire truck and ambulance, and it's already too congested, especially near the high school. And I don't think it makes sense to back up traffic all the way up the avenue for this bike lane.
Do you think...
I like the fact that a lot more people are biking, and I don't think it has slowed down my commute at all. I was a little worried maybe that there would be some traffic problems, but I haven't seen any so far. Traffic seems to move. I think one good thing is it might have slowed down traffic just a little bit in terms of speed.
I started out with a community conversation about what do we want North Avenue to look like, and how do we want to allow everybody to access the corridor in a more comfortable way. And taking the information that we heard from the community, we then turned that into engineering plans. There were a lot of crashes, especially between cars. We saw a lot of side swipes, which is usually where someone from the left lane is trying to quickly get into the right lane to maybe pass somebody trying to turn left, or even rear end collisions where somebody wasn't expecting the person in front of them to stop and turn. And so we were seeing a lot of crashes. What this lane reconfiguration does is keep everybody in one lane who's trying to go straight, and if they're trying to turn right, movements are slower, the cars behind them are expecting that, and anybody trying to turn left has their own lane to do that, and it removes some of those conflicts. So really what it does is remove some of the conflict points that we had before.
Cars don't drive by nearly as fast as they once have, and it just feels safer for people on bikes to go up and down North Ave.
I will say that overall I'm surprisingly happy with them. I was a little unsure how they would go, but it's really nice to have such a wide bike path on them, as well as a buffer zone between the bike path and the traffic.
I worry about all the traffic on North Ave, so I tend to ride my bike on the bike path, even though otherwise I prefer to be on the road. I think it's nice for the bike commuters who want the opportunity to bike safely like that on the road, but I haven't experienced it personally yet myself.
What do you think of the North Ave renovations?
I like the bike lane and I like the middle turn lane. I think it makes things more efficient. The one thing I have questions about is usually by the high school they have the bumps that they put in. I'm just worried about when people have to pull over for emergency vehicles, how cars are going to get over those things. So that's like my one question, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the little black bumps that you see on the roadway between the 127 intersection and the high school are commonly called armadillos. They look sort of like a dead armadillo on the side of the road that was painted. But really they are a delineator between the bike lane and the travel lane. And it's supposed to provide a physical barrier and some separation between the cars moving and the bikes that are trying to go by. And really, what this has shown in other communities that have tried this is that people riding their bikes feel safer and feel more confident riding on the roadway instead of riding on the sidewalk. If a car needs to pull over, they can try to pull into the areas where we have gaps for driveways, or just like they would do on a street that has on-street parking, you just have to put your hazard lights on, park as close as you can to the side of the road or to the armadillos, and wait until somebody can come and help to move the car out of the way.
I will say that overall I'm surprisingly happy with them. I was a little unsure how they would go, but it's really nice to have such a wide bike path on them, as well as a buffer zone between the bike path and the traffic.
How do you feel about the lanes?
I'm still getting used to them. I feel in some parts they're dangerous for the bikers near the belt line. I think where they closed off one of the access to the belt line, and I feel like there should be a stop sign for the cyclists, and there isn't. So I think it's very busy, and it takes a lot of getting used to.
You figure it out. Go up by the high school and realize when the school is on and all them cars got to come into there, how that's going to get boxed up. It's going to be really bad. I'm not in favor of it at all. I'd like to see North Avenue back the way it was and let the bikers come down through right with the traffic.
The project itself originated from the North Avenue Corridor Study, which was this 2-year-long conversation with the community about how to make North Avenue safer for everybody trying to access the corridor. We came up with a lot of recommendations, everything from what we can see here, which was our pilot project, really quick implementation, and then we have really long-term plans for permanent installation. What the pilot is helping us do is test out this one configuration to see if long-term this is the type of roadway configuration that we want in the future. We have a project website. We also have a project email address, and that is northavpilot@burlingtonvt.gov. And anybody that gets to the Public Works website will also see a link on our homepage to get to the actual project website, where there's more information, more opportunities to provide that input. The reason we started talking about these kind of improvements on North Avenue originates back from the city's transportation plan. It identified a handful of streets that we should really look at for complete streets, where we want everybody, all ages, all modes, to be able to access the street comfortably. So some of the other streets that we have yet to look at are Shelburne Road. It's another 4-lane road where we're hearing it is difficult for everybody to access. Battery Street in the downtown, and Winooski Avenue in the downtown section. So those are all 4-lane roadways that we will probably look at trying some kind of reconfiguration to see if we can make it easier for everybody to get through.
Is there anything else you would like to say to the camera?
I don't think I have anything else to add. I think you guys covered it all, so thank you for the thorough questions.
Thanks for joining us.
The Burlington Summer Camp Channel 17. Thank you for having us.